Hey, what's up, all you lunatics out there? It's Brian Lunatic Beecham, and I'm bringing y'all my first eSports news video. So I told y'all when I started off this channel, it's gonna be a predominantly eSports channel where it's gonna be tips and tricks, news, and much more related to the eSports community. And this is just the first video of many. Now, what I'm gonna be talking about in this video is the month of October. For those of y'all who follow the esports community and the new, y'all know October is a huge month. Okay, we have 4 major LAN tournaments happening in the month of October, and none bigger than the eSports World Cup happening at the end of the month. But I'll get to that in just a minute. First, let me name off the other 4 LAN tournaments happening this month. We have Gfinity 2 kicking off the month, and then a few days later we have UMG Dallas and the MLG Full Sail Fall Invitational, and then finally wrapping it up with the Esports World Cup. So, those are the 4 major LAN tournaments happening this month, and so let me go ahead and talk about a few of them. Talk about them each individually. So, I'm just going to show you run through everything and then sort of talk about each one. So, October is just around the corner, as we all know, and teams are gearing up for the biggest and most important month in Black Ops 2. With the past week of roster changes that we've seen, some pretty big roster changes, like Mark leaving, actually let me just say this, Mark and JCap switching places on Envious and Optic. We have Impact disbanding, Miracles joining Curse, Killer joining Unite, and Unite dropping Imbos, one of the most just after their success at the PAX Invitational. So, these teams are going to have to grind it out this month of September to get ready for these major tournaments happening next month in October. So, let's go ahead and kick it off talking about each tournament. So, Gfinity 2 is kicking it off this in October from the 12th through the 13th in London, England. Now, the success of Gfinity 1 brought upon the announcement of Gfinity 2 with even more teams and things like that. So, we have teams from North America and Europe who will compete for a piece of a $70,000 prize and a qualifying spot in the Esports World Cup in Paris, France a few days later. A few days after Gfinity 2, teams from North America and possibly a few teams from Europe will come back stateside to compete in either the biggest UMG yet, UMG Dallas with a prize pool of $20,000, or the MLG Full Sail Fall Invitational, which are both happening on the same weekend. Now, this could pose a bit of a dent in the viewership of the esports that week for both events, since viewers will have to be split between UMG Dallas and the MLG Full Sail Fall Invitational. But I have a link down in the description that you could all go to the weekend of those events, and you can watch both of them side by side and join the chat in both of them, which is very beneficial. So, with that said, we have, and then also pro teams are going to be split. Which one are they going to want to go to? Which one's going to benefit them the most? We will see. A few teams like Optic have already announced that they will be going to UMG Dallas, and other teams are still trying to make their decision, trying to figure out which one they are going to go to. Okay, so after that weekend, at the end of the month from October 3rd through October 30th through November 3rd, we have the Esports World Cup. And teams from all over the world will not only compete in Black Ops 2, but other games like Counter-Strike, FIFA, and Dota 2, and many more games that I'm just not going to announce them off. So far, Complexity is the only North American team to be qualified for Black Ops 2, and the only team from North America to qualify for Counter-Strike. Now, it's not the same team, obviously. It's not the Crimsix, TP, Clayster, and Aches. It's a whole nother team for Counter-Strike. I'm just saying it is a Complexity has a big organization, so they have another team that qualified for Complexity, and I'm sure there's other North American teams qualified for the other games in the tournament or in the World Cup, but I just haven't said it. But however, with a prize pool of only $20,000, it may not seem as big as the COD Championships. but the prestige for winning this event will be much bigger, just as big or much bigger than Call of Duty champs. Think of it like this: every year, summer sports and I think winter sports, I'm not quite sure how it all works, or every 2 years or something like that, have a world championships where swimmers and track stars will go and compete. But then, and I think every year soccer things have like a world championship stuff as well. Or every 2 years it has a world championships. But then, every 4 years you have the Olympics and the World Cup. And winning that is 10 times the prestige and honor than winning the world championships, of course. I mean, you just gotta think about it in that retrospect, comparing COD champs, which happens, well, I think is gonna start happening every year, to the World Cup, which I have no idea if it happens every year or not. This is the first year I've really heard about the World Cup. I don't know if it happens every year, but I'm just sort of thinking about that respect. But
friendly hunter killer.
So that's basically all I have to say now. Let's talk about some of the roster changes since we have another 5 minutes left in this gameplay. So we did see JCap and Muck switch places with Envious and Optic. What do I think about that? I think it was a smart idea because they're sort of hearing it from their perspectives. I mean, I'm not like choosing sides or anything like that. Envious and Optic are still like my two favorite teams. And if Merc left or they dropped Merc and whatever, they're still my two favorite teams. Merc's still one of my favorite players. I'm an anchor myself. So JCap and Merc are still people that I look up to and watch and learn from. And same as Claystone. I'm not just saying those two teams, those two players, of course. But so yeah, so I think it was a good idea, especially hearing it from both perspectives, from Merc and Optic's perspective for dropping Merc. Merc did have a bit of a sort of, I don't want to say attitude problem, but he was in a depressed state, and it was affecting them playing and living together in the house. So I think it was a smart move. And JCap leaving Envious, well, he took an opportunity. He saw an opportunity and he took it. The guys at Envious even said, hey, it's his choice. He's making a business move. And it probably was the best move. We're going to Optic. The most, Optic and Envious. Envious is the most historic team in Black Ops on Call of Duty, and Optic's the most winningest team in Call of Duty. So, I mean, they're both pretty damn big, but Optic does have that fan base, does have that content-based,
friendly lightning strike
business, sort of, if I call it that. So JCap has started doing his YouTube, and it will help him grow, I think. And it is a good business move because he is going to gain a lot more fans. He's going to gain a lot more exposure and things like that, and get a lot more business, and like say business in the right way. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I will have a link to the multi-twitch, the article I wrote, and anything else that I find important down in the description. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Stay crazy. Go on. Have a nice day, and I'll see y'all next time.